welcome back to the channel there to Finnegan's Farm on the 3650 restoration project. Just to keep everyone up to date on what's happening, the two tractors have arrived back into the workshop here. They have been out in the spray booth in the tunnel for the last week, and the paint is definitely fully dry at this stage. You can see it there, there's a lovely shine after coming on them there. So we're just going to start to rebuild some of the bits back onto the tractor there. We have a new water pump, which we got there yesterday, so the water pump will be fitted tomorrow. And we also have a new turbocharger here, because you can see on this one here with a lot of play, a big rattle there on it. So look, they're probably not the cheapest of items to put on it, but we just said we put a new turbo on it. I suppose the purpose of the turbo, Colin, is to
just force more air in, and the more air, the more diesel you have, the bigger the bang, the more power.
Yeah, so that's the idea of the turbocharger, in case anyone doesn't know yet. Some of the earlier models on the 3050s were non-turbo, but on the 3650s had a turbocharger on them, so it just gives them that little bit more power on them. As regarding, we have the wheels ordered there. We have new tyres coming. We'll probably have them in the coming week, in the next few days. A little bit of an issue on what tyre size we will go with, because one of the tractors actually came on 650s there. Probably not the original. The originals were always 520s. 520 70 38 on the back, but we decided to probably stick to the original. We got them in a Trelleborg make, which has a little bit of an oversize on it, so we'll probably just give them that little bit more of a beefier look on it. So we 520 70 38s in the back, and we 480 70 24s on the front, and they're all Trelleborg. So we'll be putting them back together. We have the rims outside and the tyres, so we'll show you when we're fitting on the tyres as well, and we'll have them ready. So as regards everything else, yeah, the tractors there, we have water pump, we'll have radiators, oil coolers and diesel tanks to put back on now, and we'll be at that in the next coming few days. We have a series of all new fuel lines to go into it as well, and we have some wiring there as well to tidy up in it. We put new cab mounts on it, and then at some stage we have the cabs over here. Evan has been working hard on them, so
cabs, getting them ready for priming the last 2 weeks basically. Yeah,
so it's a lot of work into it, isn't it? So had you much work to do to the cabs?
There was rust in places. We grinded down as much as we could get. I could get the grinder in to sand it down other wee corners and bits like that, and put in filler into any major holes that there was, and now it's rock solid. You know, there's no way the water is getting in here now. It's fairly well tight area, water tight.
Very good. So all in all, the cabs weren't completely rotten anyways?
No, jeez, they were actually in good nick. It was just rust in places.
It's completely go ahead, Evan. We have a few bits to do here on the linkages here. A lot of play on the bushings in here, so it's a great opportunity to get in here, to get at them now when we can. So we'll be doing it on them, but as you can see, there's very little left to the cab here. The roof trims are arrived, as we said the last day, except for the bottom one on one, which could have a little bit of a delay, because it could be 3 weeks again we'll have one of them, so that has probably just set us back a little bit.
But whatever about doing the cabs, I'd nearly presume that doing all the external parts is nearly more of a hassle.
Sanding them down, grinding them down, putting a bit of a thinner over it, and then priming them down, hanging them up and getting them primed.
Yeah, so there's an awful lot of panels and stuff like that now that we even just have to fix up, straighten up and see how we are then. And I suppose it's a good time to look at everything, and when you're looking at all the small parts as well, we can see if stuff's worn and a few bits like that. And I can probably see that I wouldn't say that drawbar there might be, but as you look, with a new top plate, that's why it's a bolt on. We're trying to keep, you know, two of everything together, so there'll be a lot of parts go missing in the meantime.
Jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, jigsaw puzzle is right. You just have to remember where to start. You have to watch the videos back in reverse just to figure out what the hell goes where.
We'll respray next week, and we have everything else for the cab, so we'll be fitting all them back on. So we have a few more little issues there. There, Sean. Nothing else there.
Nothing that we can notice.
No, but we've everything more or less kind of lined up to put back on. We have a complete set of filters, service kit and everything we wanted two tractors as well. We have some linkage issues there at the back, the arms, a lot of play on the balls and on the end of the clips there where the balls go in as well. They were all gone, so we're actually going to go over to Colin here now. He's over here on the side of the workshop there where he does all the welding and that, so we're going to have a little chat with him as we go along. So if we look at the arms here, there's a lot of play here on them. They're very sloppy, they're broke, they're cracked, and they're probably not going to last much longer, are they?
They won't last long.
No, they won't last long. So we've picked up these ones here. So you're going to weld these on?
I'm going to weld them on, so I'll plasma cut them off straight across. So our plasma cutter can cut 35mm steel, so it will cut this no problem.
Yeah.
And then when you're welding them back on, you want to make sure that you have the paint cleaned and where you're going to weld cleaned. This kind of paint here will affect your weld, and then you chamfer the edge so you'll see it there. There's a chamfer both sides. You have to make sure that is clean. If not, your weld won't penetrate properly. So, and then we'll have to get the angle right so you'll see it there.
Yeah, so it's a little bit offset. Yeah. You can see it here. It's a little bit of an angle on it there, a degree there. So it's yeah, you want to kind of weld it on something like that. Yeah. It's not it, yeah.
So it'll be all cut.
Yeah. That's all right. We'll probably do. We have 4 of them, so we'll do all 4, like yeah. So then on the other side here, so we have a better example. This can happen quite a lot here, where you know the arms are banging and they're banging off the tires and they're banging off the wheels, and they get someone that has a hammer and he can't open it, so he just give it a bang. So they're going to replace them. So you can get these as a kit there. Can't we? We can get them to buy.
Replacement kits, yeah.
You have one out here. What was the issue here?
I have one. This one now was completely seized solid due to the spring broke, so there was no movement, and then there was in where the spring sits is hollow, but there was a load of soil build up of muck throughout the years. Spring broke. So
it's like concrete really there and
so
there.
Really hard.
Yeah. So there's no giving the spring here at all.
And then there was a bit of wear on the here as well, the pins. So
yeah, look, it's just as handy to throw it on, because you know there are things that you're probably using every day. You know, open includes putting on implements and the whole lot.
Yeah, so you need them open to hold.
Yeah, it's important to have them free anyway. Yeah, so you're going to crack on at that anyway. You'll have them bits lined up for us the next day anyway, so we'll be ready to put them back on anyway. Alright, see you in a while. Okay, so that's it for today's episode. There wasn't probably a whole lot going on. The next day definitely we'll have more done on the tractor, because now probably the real work starts and we have to get everything back together. So don't forget, if you like the videos there, hit the subscribe button there. If you have any comments there, put them in the comments box below, and we will get back to you there if you have any comments and any questions you have to ask. Give us a shout. Just like to thank everyone there and the subscribers there. We've over 1,000 there now since we started, so it's great to see that everyone has an interest in what we do. And if you keep posting your comments, and if you want to see other content, we'll say, on the farm as well, you can put it into these boxes, into the comments box here on the restoration as well. So we'll talk to you in part 12.